Hello and welcome to Mystic Visions. This is a reading for Libra in the month of January 2021. Happy New Year! And if you are not a Libra, please look on my channel to find the reading for your particular sign. So, this is a general reading. It's meant to apply more broadly across the entire month. And if you are looking for something a little more specific, there are daily readings on my channel as well. So, in this reading, we'll be using the Celtic Cross, or my adaptation of it, and I will explain the meaning of each card as I draw them. Please leave me a message in the comments if you have any questions or if you'd like some additional clarification. Also, I'd be very happy to draw some extra cards to personalize the reading for you if you are a subscriber to my channel. So just ask me in the comments if that's something that you'd like, and please make sure you've hit the subscribe button. So for Libra, let's go ahead and begin. So this card represents the current situation. And this one represents what's crossing you. This is what you're moving away from. This is what you're moving toward. This is the foundation of the situation, or what's going on in the subconscious. This is your crowning thoughts. This one is your advice, the current environment, the Three of Coins. I'm sorry. I have a habit of that. This is your fears card. And this is your overall outcome, or the general message. Okay, so current situation is this Page of Coins in the reverse. All right, so there is a sort of a Page of Coins has the pages are kind of like children, and they have a new, fresh way of looking at things. There's a new opportunity here for you, but you're maybe not going down that road so much. So there's an opportunity for financial success here that you're a little bit resistant to. That yes, it is something that you have dabbled in, something that you have been exploring, but at the same time, there's a little bit of, I don't know whether it's being tired or just, having other things going on, but you're not really devoting as much to it as you could be. So there's a little bit of resistance to that. Now, what's crossing you here is the Judgment card in the reverse. So Judgment is about not just having some sort of like logical way of hashing the situation out, but also incorporating like what's happened in the past. So a lot of times there's this energy of, well, I know that there's a certain chance that things could work out well in this situation, but I also have been burned by that situation before. So there could be a little bit of judgment as affected by having gone through some traumas or something like that. Judgment is a little overbearing in this case, or not serving you completely because, again, it's probably due to almost like a little bit of past trauma that has caused you to, even though you know things should be all right, there's a little bit of fear that's come with things have not worked out right in the past that's causing you to be a little bit less trusting than you could be, right? Judgment hasn't necessarily been your friend here. So what is you're moving away from this Four of Swords? Four of Swords is a very restful energy. It's a place of, I mean, just look at the little figure here. She's very in a sleep. It's a temporary position, though. It's not necessarily a final thing. But there is this quiet solitude and almost being alone. She almost looks like she's like incubating here as well. So there's this sort of quiet before the storm energy that comes up here. And you're moving away from this. So you've been here and it's kind of a little bit behind you. So things are about to pick up for you a little bit. Things are about to get more exciting. There's going to be less opportunity for rest and that kind of a thing. What you're moving toward is the Seven of Swords. So Seven of Swords has this needing to kind of get away with things, or needing to it kind of has this thing where you feel like you can't reveal your true feelings, or you have these ideas that you don't think are going to be well received, so you play it kind of close to the chest. But others are often aware of what's going on, because this kind of energy can be a little bit frantic, and you can see he's left two swords behind in his haste to get rid of these others. So usually this is a little bit of a wasteful energy where, really people know what's up anyway, and you're not, you're just kind of chasing your tail a little bit by feeling like you need to get away with this, or like you can't be honest or something like that. So moving toward this, and it could also be that this isn't talking necessarily about you, but it could be somebody else who is, trying to get away from things, or trying to sneak by you or something. So a little bit more of an enigma there. That's not as clear how that works in with the other stuff, but the Seven of Swords has this energy of like needing to withdraw from the situation a little bit. The other card that feels that way is the Eight of Wands, or I'm sorry, not the Eight of Wands, the Eight of Cups, and that's not in this reading, but similar cards with like needing to get away and trying to withdraw, right? So this is what's in your future. So I'm kind of taking that, going from this place of rest to going to this place of like needing to get away. In my mind, there's this transition from really calm and peaceful to very hectic and busy. So enjoy the rest while you can. Now, what we have for your foundation is this Ten of Cups. Foundation represents the frame of the whole situation, or what this is teaching you, the overall lesson, that kind of thing. So the Ten of Cups is about a very happy family life, emotional fulfillment. This is about not just having what you want, but what you need to be happy, right? And it's beyond material wealth and success like that. It really focuses more on the things that make your heart sing, that make your soul feel complete, So this is what's going on here. And you might be in a place where you think that the restful environment is preferable, but what you may come to figure out is that you feel a lot more fulfilled when you have some things to do, when you have projects on your plate. Now, what's in the crowning thoughts or on your conscious mind here is the Eight of Wands in the reverse. And I think I just had this for one of the other readings. The Eight of Wands is all about, this guy, he has, something is kind of happening. Something is just, it's like random, and you don't really understand what's going on. And so in your case here, there's kind of like a resistance to that, of a fear of the unknown, or, wanting things to be a little bit more well planned and thought out, instead of it being a sort of random. So the Eight of Wands in another deck, there is just, or in several other decks really, it's commonly depicted with like 8 wands that are just sort of striking toward the ground really fast, out of nowhere. And so the idea is like something is just happening, and you are in the reverse here, you're kind of resisting that random happening. You want things to be a little bit more methodical and planned out and predictable. And that's what's heavy on your mind here. Now, what your advice card is here is the Sun. And this is to focus on what you know and not to focus on what you don't know, right? So a lot of things can crop up, some worries about, well, what if something is gonna go wrong, or what if what if is a big thing that can drive you nuts, because there's a lot of things that you don't know. And when things start to get hectic, you really have to focus on what you do know. And that's kind of a guiding light for you. And it keeps your mentality good. Your current environment here is this Magician in the reverse. And the Magician typically is somebody who is able to manifest really freely. He's got, whatever he thinks or imagines, it ends up happening. He's got a good ability to, almost as if by magic, make things happen. And there is some resistance to this, or it's not quite working out right. So there's been some hiccups, or things have not panned out exactly right. But this person typically does have this good ability to manifest things, and this could be just a person in your environment, or it could be several people in your environment, but the Magician tends to focus around like an individual more. So, this, who knows what this really means as far as like what's going on in that person's life. Maybe they should look at their tarot reading. But the Magician in the reverse just means essentially there's this unwillingness to follow their dreams, or to really make things happen, or things have just not been working out too good. Now, for the Fears card, you have this Three of Coins in the reverse. So the Three of Coins represents like a collaborative effort of working together with other people toward a common goal. And in the reverse here, it seems as though what you're afraid of is people not working with you, or not collaborating with you, or feeling like you're going at it alone and there's not as much of a partnership going on, or a collaborative effort working toward what you want. And so, I would say you have some ability. Remember that you have to be that partner too. You have to collaborate as well. And so everybody brings their piece to the table. But in general, this Three of Coins is typically a group of people who are going over the plans to build this wonderful cathedral. And they all have to work together and do their part. So in the reverse here, it's a resistance to that. It's a resistance to doing your part. Or to working in a partnership here. And you're afraid of that. That's in your fears. So you're not wanting to end up in a situation where your input is not appreciated, or other people are overstepping their boundaries, and that kind of thing. Now, your overall message here, and this one has been a little bit quicker because it seems a bit clearer, but the overall message here is the Four of Cups in the reverse. And Four of Cups is, in the upright position, it really means like having a sort of bad attitude, or getting a little bit depressed by what's happened. A lot of times something bad kind of happens, and it makes you feel unreceptive to life. You kind of shut down a little bit. You get scared. At an extreme, you could say like agoraphobic or something like that, right? Now in the reverse here, it's sort of a resistance to that. So it's recognizing that you have to sort of loosen up. You have to invite some more positive energy to your life, and you can't just spend your life worrying or being afraid, because it just prevents you from so many great experiences, and you eventually have to tap into the reason for existence in the first place. So yes, being careful or being hesitant, those things are a part of life, and they have a function, but they also can really get in the way of your happiness if you go too far to the extreme. So there's like a balance in everything that has to be accomplished here. And with this Four of Cups here, he's spending so much time focusing on what he can't do, that he's not realizing that these Four Cups are like right above his head. And in the original artwork, there's a guy who's sitting there, and there's like a cup being offered to him out of the clouds, like a magical chalice being offered to him out of the clouds, and he just doesn't even really see it. He's not looking for it. He's not looking for the golden opportunities. He's more focused on how things can go wrong, or how things can go badly. So turn that frown upside down, Charlie Brown. That's the message for you here, is to focus on how things can go right instead of too much on how things can go wrong. And again, take comfort in the knowledge that you have. You've done a good job in achieving this and figuring some things out. So take some comfort in that and don't be too bothered by the unknowns. So that's about it for Libra for January 2021. So again, if you would like any clarification to that, please leave me a message in the comments and I'll be happy to give that to you. Also, if you would like some additional cards to personalize this reading for you, be happy to do that so long as you have hit the subscribe button. So please do that and let me know if that's something you're interested in. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for my next daily reading.